how it was in the past tense. Ask yourself, how do we match up now? Cause I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. If I haven't passed you yet, watch me catch up now, for real.
Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que viven.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's game at Quicken Loans Arena. It's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. Well, last year the Heat went from a team that could get up and down the floor to one of the slower teams in terms of pace. Is this the right tempo for them to play, Kenny?
Well, their core is older, and it makes sense to them to slow it down a little bit, obviously, to make things easier to get into your offense. But second to last in the NBA last season in their pace, I think you have to speed it up somewhat.
Yeah, but what I like about the team, they have a big advantage inside against most teams, and it's easier for them to get more production out of their bigs when they don't force the tempo.
It is time to send it down to Kevin Harlan as we
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of
It's game time in Cleveland as the crowd is filling up the Quicken Loans Arena. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this one following a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Irving. Chris Bosh is out there with Griffin. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's George in at the 3 slot.
And one thing that's made such a difference to Blake Griffin's game, the improved free throw shooting. He shot a career-high 73% from the charity stripe last year. The 4th season in a row that he's bettered himself in that category.
Near the three-point line, it's Wade. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
On the wing, James. And just about a minute into the first quarter.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
And that one's good, Irving.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
And so it's Cleveland with it. It's a 5-point game. The drive by James. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Teron Lou.
The phrase superstar gets tossed around the league a lot these days, but that is how he described Dwayne Wade. He said that D. Wade's the guy we'll be giving the most attention to because he can function either as a playmaker or a scorer, saying no matter what he chooses to do, he can hurt you. We have to be ready for everything. Easier said than done, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
No good on the free throw. And GA, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season, and it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt. It's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Now, here's Irving. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Charlotte. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wade. And the layup is good. Wade's got 6 points.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss. The way they're knocking these shots down, boy, everything's pure.
Love the pass to Whiteside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now, here's Wade. 20 points for him last game against Charlotte. Stolen by Wade. And George kicks to Griffin. And he banks in the layup. Griffin's got his first bucket of the night.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
He had a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Love dishes to Smith. Back to Love. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Love's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Wade drives in, outside Bosch. Irving from long range. No good. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Here's James. And it's sent back by George. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Bosch kicks to Irving. Another miss by Irving.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Here's LeBron, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. LeBron's got his second basket. And here are the Heat now, leading by 5. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game. Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off the team, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Whiteside. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. And a new group in for the Heat. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Griffin. Winslow comes in for George. Allen's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Irving. And that one's good. Shumpert.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Johnson outside. Allen for three. Again, Allen missing. And there's the call on Bosh. That'll be his second foul of the game. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Chris Bosh. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Now here's LeBron, who's coming off a 25-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Dellavedova kicks to Thompson. James outside. Shoots off the step back. Can't hit. And the Heat going the other way now.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Lillard misses. Cleveland's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. James, the pass to Thompson. To the wing on the left. Dellavedova kicks the Fry. Here's Thompson. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Fry, good.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
And so here is Miami. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
And
oh, he hits it! How about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer to prayer there.
And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
How good has the ball movement been here? Just absolutely terrific.
Boy, that kind of timely passing, Greg, really fun to watch.
On the court for the Heat, Irving is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Allen. Then there's Johnson. And it's Bosh in at the 5 spot.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Cleveland's gone 1 or 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Mozgov gets to Smith. He's looking for Love and finds him. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosh touched it last. Whiteside's checked in for Mozgov. And Miami with a change here, too. George is checked in for Ray Allen. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Love outside. Smith dishes to Whiteside. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are. And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
Griffin's checked in for Miami.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Dellavedova.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
And Griffin, here we go. Outside for George. Griffin against Whiteside, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
He hits the second from the line.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love. And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
It's tipped and stolen by Whiteside. The drive by Shumpert. And again, it's Cleveland. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
I'd say, 8 lead changes, that speaks for itself.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Here's Dellavedova, and it's sent back by Irving. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. The Cavaliers making a switch here. James is checked in. Shumpert gets a wide open look. Offensive rebound. Love the pass to Whiteside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Joe Johnson picks one up. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Heat?
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
The Heat making a switch here. Winslow's checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 3. Love with the screen for Shumpert. Love draws the double. And LeBron throws it down.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
For Miami, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Wade can't hit.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Whiteside.
We all know how explosive Kyrie Irving is offensively, but as his team becomes a contender, he's looking to improve at the defensive end of the floor as well, and I think he will.
And for Kyrie Irving, good size at 6'3", obviously a good athlete, versatile player. Greg, why do you think he's struggling defensively?
Kevin, I think it's a matter of intensity. I mean, he's had to carry such a big load on the offensive end. Now with more help, there's no excuse for him not to develop in terms of his impact on the defensive side.
And he lobs it up. Offensive rebound, Heat.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, I really like the thought on that play, but Didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
The drive by James off the mark from 16 feet out.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Wade with it. He's picked up by James. The shot by Wade, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they need it in a game that was so tight. Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
And the basket good.
Beautiful shot that time by PG, Paul George, getting it done.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Cavaliers. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
And Miami making a change here. Chris Bosh has checked in for Griffin. Wright comes in for Winslow. Ray Allen, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Weber in for Lillard. The Cavaliers trailing. And Shumpert kicks to James. Looking to end his cold spell. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
Well, neck and neck. How about that? I mean, ferociously competitive. I mean, tight as me in an airplane bathroom.
That's not the visual I was looking for right now, but there have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
19 seconds left in the second quarter. The kick out to Bosh. Plenty of space. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Moves back up. Thompson misses.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And a chance here to just double-check the ruling on the floor. I wasn't sure if he got it off in time or not, so I appreciate the second look as well.
And you know what? We're watching exactly what the officials are seeing, Greg, from the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus. We've got the time right here, so they're making sure they got it right.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat out front, up by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
The big positive, I think, their points in the paint. They were determined to work the ball inside the Ernie. It worked. It's always worked. I got 4 rings. I know it works for a fact. That's why they call me Dr. O'Neal, because I'm a master at being dominant on it.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Some good numbers for Ray Allen. He's got 11 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Dellavedova and Smith are the guard tandem. And it's Whiteside in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Bosch dishes to Wade. The shot will not go. Good work defensively by Smith. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Here's LeBron. Great D that time from Irving. And it's Wade penetrating. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his third foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
And George kicks to Irving. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Wade. Rebound by Smith. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference. They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
James has a 2-pointer. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Chris Bosh. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start this season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Chris Bosh. Griffin, and he dunks it down.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Yes, sir.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Shot's good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Dellavedova, the pass to Love. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. And then for Miami, Winslow comes in for George. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The feed to Love. Wide open. Good on the shot. Love's got 7.
And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Dellavedova dishes to James. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Justice Winslow.
And the thing about LeBron James, he's really done a nice job of reshaping his game over the years. I mean, every veteran goes through losing a little speed and quickness. The great ones compensate by getting stronger and more physically imposing, not to mention also their basketball IQ grows as well, just as has been the case for LeBron.
And Shumpert slams it in.
And how about that screen by Love? That was a wall.
The Heat have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Allen kicks to Johnson. Allen passes to Griffin. Lillard left side. Dishes it to Johnson. Back to Lillard. Allen for the 3. Good D by James.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Iman Shumpert. And Miami with a change here, too. Chris Bosh is checked in for Joe Johnson. Irving dishes to Bosh. Inside, Griffin. Good, and it's Bosh picking up the assist. Griffin's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Bosh against Mozgov. And there's the 3-second violation. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. The Cavaliers 5th.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were absolutely unconscious from the three-point line.
And Cleveland making a change here. Prize checked in. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Cleveland?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
Down low, here's Thompson, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
Looking over there at Craig, he's enjoying every second of it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Listen, the fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Here's Dellavedova. 7 points in the game. In the corner, it's James. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 5 assists in the game. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And he gets it to go.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Griffin with it. Working on Fry. And finished off by Griffin.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that you know, just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Paul George is checked in for the Heat. Wade comes in for Kyrie Irving. Wade kicks to George. .51 seconds left in the third. All Almost, but it rolls out. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Wade on the wing. 12 points for him. Good.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Allen. The Heat have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
LeBron against Allen. Got a piece of it. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Heat with the lead on the floor for Miami starting the fourth. They've got Paul George, Damian Lillard out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Allen. And it's Bosh in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
And James with the basket on the assist by Love. Love's got 3 assists tonight.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Wade passes to Allen. Back to Wade. He kicks to Bosh. Off the pick. And another basket for Miami.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Love wide open. He fires. Cans it from downtown. Love's got the game tied up here for the Cavs.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Dellavedova kicks to James. Right side. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Wade with it. Now Smith defending. And he gets the bucket. 18 points for Wade.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
It's LeBron with the drive. And again, it's Cleveland.
The shot quality is very good here, and they're making most of them this half.
Yeah, converting at a really high level. The field goal percentage continues to creep upward.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Smith. Misses off the left iron. Miami trailing. Allen right side. Passes it to Lillard. Out left to the wing. The Cavaliers pull it in. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Dellavedova dishes to Love. And the shot is good. Now it's a 4-point Cleveland lead.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Wade passes to Bosh. James against Allen. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Allen's got 21.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
Screen by Smith. James with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. LeBron kicks to Love. Shot from 12, and it's sent back by George. Stolen by Bosh. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Finished off the break. 23 points for Ray Allen. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
The three from LeBron. Rebound by the Heat. Bosh has got 8 rebounds in this game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Lillard throws it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Dellavedova dishes to Whiteside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. And that's now 9 points now in the game for Hassan Whiteside. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
A different look for Miami. Griffin comes in for Allen. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Lillard. And it's blocked by Whiteside. Now Smith. In the corner, it's James. The 17-footer. Knocked loose. Stolen by Wade. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break.
This is what you love, guys. Superb defense. A great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Yeah, but you just can't afford to give up plays like that at this time in a ball game.
Outside a screen. LeBron against George. Now here's LeBron. Tight defense on him. 4 on the shot clock. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
And it's Wade penetrating. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession. Cavaliers ball. Timeout called the Cavaliers. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the field.
1:49 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that one's good.
How about raising his game here in the fourth quarter? Missing just 1 of his 5 attempts so far.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're behind by 1. There's 1:47 left here in the fourth quarter. Dellavedova, the pass to LeBron. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Whiteside. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you can really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And the shot is good. 8 points here for George.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Timeout called Cleveland. They're losing by 2. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter. .131 left in the fourth quarter. The drive by James. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And George with the stuff.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look.
Here's LeBron, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. LeBron's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Shots are just flowing. Him right now having a really strong quarter.
Here's Dellavedova, defended by George. No one here. James as he lets it go. Great look, but off the mark. Miami's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. George with the ball. Picked up by Love. Bosh. Good.
And it frightens when Bosh starts to heat up like this.
What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable. He's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he's brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
Gotta score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste here, partner.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Mark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
Griffin kicks to Irving. The Cavaliers pull it in. Now the pass to Smith. 11 feet away. Oh, missed it. Griffin off the mark. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations, Damian, on a nice win. What does this sort of game say about this team?
I think, first of all, it says that, we got to learn how to keep a lead. We can't let teams put us in that position at the end of the game when we play so well. But
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwayne Wade. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan,